quickly, call 901-406-1101. If you've been through a divorce, if you lost your job, if you're tired of renters, iBuyHouses can get you your money quickly. iBuyHouses will buy your home in Shelby County, DeSoto County, Memphis, Bartlett, South Haven, Horn Lake, Olive Branch, anywhere and everywhere in between in any condition. And yes, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. iBuyHouses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pen, 901-406-1101. iBuyHouses.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. It's Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
If you like pina coladas.
On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Check it out right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, and now,
The only man to give death a near Johnny experience. Johnny Harden.
What is up? What is up? Welcome into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. You know I got my man Gabe Kuhn, and he's also my producer. So this bad boy is going to sound good, and if it doesn't, well, it's his fault. I'm just kidding. He is the best in the business, and I'm so glad to have him. And we are so also glad that Howard Balzer, that's right, the man who was on the very original NFL Draft telecast, is going to join us today right here at the bottom of this hour, and we are going to rap about everything NFL. If you want me to specifically talk about something NFL, and let's just do me a favor, like stupid stuff, like Kevin White getting cut by Arizona. Come on, dude. Kevin White was drafted, 7th pick overall? Dude, unfortunately, and this just happens, and it's very sad, and it's very unfortunate, but some people don't make it. And I'm going to tell you to you right now, don't waste this guy's time on, is Kevin White going to get picked up by anybody? Dude was the number 7 overall pick in the 2015 draft. He was cut by the team that drafted him, of course, the Bears. And now guess who he just got released from? That's right, the Cardinals released him. And they're saying it's because he's been dealing with a nagging hamstring injury. When has he not been dealing with an injury?
Dude never could get healthy, ever.
Do you realize that in his entire career, 25 receptions, 285 yards, 0 touchdowns?
Yeah, I do realize that, man.
So, yes,
he was a guy, though, he was just so physical, and he did so well in the 40.
4.2. Once you run a 4.2, it makes people just go goo-goo gaga.
He was 6'5".
And he was
6'4",
big.
6'5".
Yeah, but when you run a 4.2, it doesn't matter. People are like, 4.2? That just makes everybody go banana sandwiches. And he went crazy, ran fast, got paid now. But I have to say, I think his career is going to be completely derailed. And I also have to tell you a little something. Since we are going to have Howard, you know it's an Isaac Day, don't you? You know today's Thursday, right? So I love rapping with my man Isaac. You know that's coming at 2. What were you about to say?
I was saying on Twitter we have the rundown for the show.
Did you already drop that bad boy? That's my man, Gabe.
Out.
I love that. By the way, dude, tell people where they can find that because
my Twitter handle is at G_Kuhn. That's KUHN 71. So G_Kuhn 71.
I dig it. It's Gabe Kuhn, and for me, I like it. I can just go to Gabe Kuhn, and it's like even easier. Oh, you even tweeted out a picture of my good-looking self. Hey, I'm watching myself. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, I have the live stream under.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're a very talented man. Congratulations, man. Yeah, follow at G_Kuhn 71. This man's all over it. By the way, thanks for getting Howard. That's going to be a great talk. I can't wait at 125. Y'all know Hardwood is going to feel so good today. I got some really weird stuff. I mean, we got cocaine and Patriots. And I'm not talking about like cocaine where it could be cocaine or just some white powder, and you could say that the lady was about to go and Clorox the room before her and OBJ slept together. Who knows? That's, you could say that she was going to put a little Ajax on the sheets. I don't know.
The Patriots have some vices, man.
Dude.
They end up at massage parlors and have.
Hey, that's the owner, dude.
Well, hey, he's part of them, right? I
Hey,
mean,
man, hey, it's from the top down,
yeah,
right?
right?
It's from
It's
the top
a little
down.
trickle down.
By the way, though, since we're bringing up the Patriots, we got so much to talk about. I'm going to talk about the cocaine situation during Hardwood. If you don't know about it, trust me, you're going to want to be around here about 2:05 when I get to it. It is a very funny story. And it's also, how is it that you can have possession of cocaine and only get a citation? Like, what cop is letting me go if I got some yayo on me? If I'm hanging out with some blow, I promise you, they're putting handcuffs on me. I'm getting in the cop car. I'm going to 201. They're going to perp walk me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this thing is OV. Oh, you have some cocaine on you. Give it to me. Here's a citation. And by the way, I didn't even see, are you sure they did they confiscate all of his blow?
I gotta assume so.
I mean, like, it almost, like,
But I don't. It ain't decriminalized yet. So
I mean, I didn't know there was a single place you could ever get like a little yay, and it wasn't.
And I said
illegal.
yet. Did I just say yet? It ain't decriminalized yet.
You did.
I guarantee it never will be decriminalized.
I don't know. That's one that will not be, and I do make mad jokes about it all the time. But like I said, we'll talk about that in Hardwood because that is a Patriot story. And by the way, just so you know, a little hint. If you remember who the 2018 team captain was, one of their team captains defensively, then you'll know who it was. Now, there are more than one team captain, so I'm not trying to disperse everybody. I'm just saying he was one of the defensive team captains. Think about who it is. Look it up. It's a very interesting story. Now, I also wanted to tell y'all that y'all heard about, Memphis is just straight balling, right? I just have to mention this in the beginning of this show. I don't really need to spend much time on it because I know y'all. I know everybody in this city. I know everybody and their grandmother has flat out talked about it. They saw Jonathan Giovanni's article, Draft Express. The Tigers are holding a pro day for the NBA. It's going to be on October 7th. Penny is straight up the bomb. They got the #1 recruiting class in the country. So when you got people like James Wiseman and Precious Achua and Damian Ball and Boogie, get boogie with it. Get boogie with it.
Good news out of Memphis football as well. Did you see it?
Uh-oh. Probably.
4-star. Evan Barnes this morning
Yeah, I
confirmed
saw
that a
that.
former 4-star running back Asa Martin will enroll at Memphis. He was at Auburn and Miami.
Yeah.
So that will add to a backfield that
With Patrick Taylor, baby. I dig
is
it.
already nice.
It's already nice. But anyway, all these things, and I wanted to mention about like Memphis, we got all this stuff that's going on that's extremely nice. Memphis opened up its little walk yesterday. Did you see that? That was, where they did like the little band playing and everything.
The Land Bridge.
The Land Bridge, yeah. I'm glad you said it. And it's named after somebody. I wish I could remember. But anyway, the fact again that Penny is doing this, basically, you saw my tweet, I'm sure, earlier. I like to rub things in people's face. But I got smoked. I got smoked from people. And I mean a lot of people who were telling me that getting rid of Tubby Smith was the dumbest thing in the history of the world. And I just want to hear, where are you today? Like, where are you today? And to call Penny a high school coach, I didn't say it. Y'all said it back then. I told you that was disrespectful. And again, just because the man coaches high school, let's not forget he's only been coached by the best in the business. He made it to the ultimate level. I mean, let's be real, people. There's certain people. I mean, there are high school coaches that could not ever go and coach a college program. But consider Penny the same typical as any high school coach would be insane. And there's a guy named Carl hit me today and said, the Spurs, Blake Ahern was a high school coach before he jumped to the pros, won the G League championship in his first season, and now he's coaching, like I said, with the Spurs organization and Greg Popovich. So don't sit there and say you can't go from high school and coaching some men. Please, that's putting that's stupidity. So I wanted to give a lot of love to the Tigers. I also have to give love to my man. Y'all know him. That's right, MemphisFarmers.com. Chad Gatlin, thank you for always supporting this show. And he always supports you. Home Auto Life Business, Chad Gatlin, MemphisFarmers.com. Now, I gotta bring up this because we do have college football starting up. Miami and Florida, and I was getting really stoked about that until I saw this Adam Schefter thing, and I almost fell over. Did you see what Adam Schefter dropped today? And he says he's not. This is what I don't understand. He's not reporting it. He's just, to be clear, he says Schefter is not reporting this, but it's also the sport's most connected reporter and not just some talk show host throwing this stuff out like a day trader. That's very good. That was very good. I like that. But what I'm saying is his statement, if you have not heard it, I'll just go ahead and read it. He basically appeared on the Greg Hill show, and Schefter raised a lot of eyebrows by saying that this season he believes or has the elements to be Tom Brady's last with New England. Now, the thing about Shefty, and again, this is the most connected NFL person. That's why I feel like when he says something like this would be like, I'm trying to think of something good. But like if the Pope says something about like the Catholics, don't you listen? You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to compare Adam Schefter to the Pope. I'm just saying like the Pope's supposed to be connected. So if he's dropping something to the Catholics, y'all are listening. And if you're connected to the NFL and Adam Schefter drops it, you got to listen, yo. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that's not the best I've ever come up with, but I like it. And I'm laughing, and I'm an idiot, I know. Gabe is crying over there.
You went a direction with that I did not expect, man.
But I want to tell you again, because I'm crying. Schefter said this, and I want to hear y'all at 67129 at the First Bank text line or on the phone at the First Bank phone line, 901-360-8255. And I also want to hear from Gabe. I want to know, what do you think about what he said? He said, well, his contract is, it's going to be an issue that just hangs out there all year, Schefter said. And I didn't hear any of the discord in the negotiations. I'm not aware of any discord. I don't think that that was a factor. I just think that, people forget that people have lives and they have families, and sometimes you want to do what's best for your wife and your kids. And Tom is 42 now. And I'm sure that his family has sacrificed plenty for him to do what he's done and to be as dedicated as he is to his job. To do it at that level for so long, it has to. They have to. So again, if it's me, just look at it from the outside. I'm just reading the signs, right? His home is for sale. He's on a contract that voids. I mean, it's just saying that this has the potential, one way or another, for this to be the last season in New England. Let me repeat. His home is for sale. His contract voids. This has the potential. I'm not telling you it will be, but I'm just telling you their elements are in place for it to be. That doesn't mean it will be, but it's something that it's that odd. All those things, does that make you go, that's interesting? It makes me go, it's interesting. Again, we'll see what he does, but I'm just telling you, the elements are there. So again, to be clear, Adam Schefter is not reporting it. But again, as I did the whole wonderful thing, if the Pope is talking to the Catholics, the people are listening. So NFL, if you hear Adam Schefter drop something like that and then say, and by the way, I didn't say this. I literally was giving you Adam Schefter's word. Let me repeat that. His home is for sale. His contract voids. It has the potential. And I started thinking about this. He is 42. A lot of people never thought Joe Montana was going to leave San Francisco, did they? It happened. Everybody wants it to be a storybook ending. And we would love it for it to be a storybook ending. And if they win the Super Bowl, maybe he just rides off into the sunset and it's over. But you know what? I do have to think. Tom Brady or Bill Belichick, the whole debate, who had more effect on the team, I think that's going to have an effect possibly in this decision at the very end. Does Tom Brady want to maybe venture off for like 2 years somewhere else? Now, does this sound stupid or crazy? At first, I thought it was the dumbest statement in the world. But that's kind of why I went with like the Pope. Because I'm trying to say, this isn't like Bobby Joe just was walking down the street and said, you know what? I think Tom Brady might be done after this year in New England. And the reason that I'm so fascinated by this, I never dreamed of him playing in another uniform. I always thought he would be a Patriot. I thought it was going to be Tom and Bill forever. It's like, I feel like, what's that song? And they're skipping down the, little cart path together. Look what they accomplished together. But maybe one wants more love than, maybe Tom's like, dadgummit, I did this. Maybe Bill's like, dadgummit, I did this. I don't know. But Adam Schefter spoke. Gabe, what do you think? Am I smoking some major crack, or is Adam Schefter smoking major crack?
I think it's an overreaction. I feel like Tom Brady has been in a situation for years now that it could have been his last year for years now. You know what I mean? So
but he is selling his home.
And I get that.
He does have the weird
it.
contract.
I understand it.
He is 42. He is old.
I get all of that. But, I mean, he was 41 last year. He was 40 the year
I'm
before.
Just saying,
He's
but
been
Adam
old.
Schefter did report it. So that's why, Adam
Schefter
said it.
It was speculation. I mean,
I know,
it was Adam Schefter speculating. Now, is there some, and obviously he was saying it's not a definite. He was basically saying he was speculating as well. So I don't know.
He did say, I'm reading the leaves. These are what the signs are pointing to me. And again, I don't know anybody who's more connected than him. And it just feels like he's trying to let out what he can without telling us what he knows. And that's, I guess why I'm looking so much into it, Gabe, is because I feel like he's holding back. Like, I feel like he has a piece of information that he's not sharing with us, because he wouldn't make a statement like that, I don't think, unless he had like a grenade that he's not allowed to let out. Like, maybe he found out, like somebody said, that one person isn't happy with the situation.
But it seems like he's sort of telling it how it is, though. It sounds like he doesn't have all the information he needs, personally. Because if he had that information, I'm pretty sure, being Adam Schefter, he would spill it.
Sometimes you just can't say certain things, and you know that. But
yeah, but again, he sort of made it clear that everything's in the, everything could lead to that, but he doesn't know fully.
When I went back and listened to it, the way it sounded to me and I'm being dead serious, I went back and, his words, the way he was, regurgitating and let me be clear, and the house is for sale, et cetera, et cetera. I'm coming right to you, Bill. It just made me feel like I'm holding something back from you people. I know a little something more than y'all. Trust me, this is more than just speculation, is what I felt like. Maybe I'm looking too much into it, but let's see what Bill thinks. Hey, Bill, how you doing, my man?
What's up, man?
What's up, brother?
I mean, real quick, if any of your old friends that criticize you and called you names for supporting the penny hire, you should just basically, if they're business associates, you should basically just cut them off, pretty much. That's the bottom line, because they have no common sense. They're on the borderline of stupid. But let's focus on this. There's no doubt.
I love you,
Tom
Bill.
Brady, 42 years old, beautiful wife, kids. As you get older, and especially now, look at the changes. Gronk's gone. A lot of these guys that he's been grown up with, so to speak, are gone. New guys are coming in. Let's just see how this season goes for the team. It may not be as fun for him as it has been. And the wife is like, let's sell the house so it gives you a little more pressure. You can't just come to the house down the street. Now you got to, it's farther away. I know how women are. She's trying to put a little pressure on him to feel guilty about being far from home. And you just got to think, as you get older, it's just not as important for you to be in that locker room anymore, especially with guys that you don't really know now, that you got your back, you got their back. You've been together for a long time. It'd be like if you change that crew completely up there. Guys you don't know anything about, they kind of suspicious acting, they're like doing things, you're like, what's he doing in there? I don't know what's going on. And all of a sudden your wife's like, come on, just, you understand what I'm saying a little bit? I'm dragging out the wrong way, but
I know what you're saying.
I think that there's been speculation around this before. Obviously, this one's a little bit harder given that he's selling his house. What?
I've never heard. I've heard only about.
There's plenty of people that talk. There's
cliff.
been conversations about, is this his last year?
We've never talked
when
about
he turned
it on this
40.
show
When he turned 41.
In 5 years, I've never said anything.
Well, yeah, because this is probably the biggest, bit of
also
information you've gotten as far as Tom Brady's retirement goes.
I'm trying to interrupt. He and Belichick have a mutual respect for themselves, which they ought to have to. But, it's not like Belichick's like his daddy or anything, like his grandpa. He loves him or anything. He loves him as a business associate, so to speak. I would have no, as you get older, I experience this myself. It's just working and making money just doesn't mean so much anymore. I'm sure that's how he's getting to the point now. He's like, I definitely don't need any more money, and I'm not dealing with any of these young smart alecks trying to tell me something because they just showed up out of nowhere. It's like, I'm tired of this. This is just, I don't have anything else to prove, and we're not that good as we were. I mean, why do I want to do this? And that's, I mean, I see it exactly. It's just common sense. I mean, anybody that's older and you deal with younger people are just different now. They don't have any respect for older people anyway. And I guarantee you, he's probably seeing some of that with some of these young cats they got in there. That's just my opinion. But hey, real quick, Johnny, is it now legal? It's legal now to gamble over the phone, right? In Tennessee?
Man, it is, but let me tell you something. Like, you can't do DraftKings or any of those things because they're set up in New Jersey. They haven't set up the reality of the whole situation. It's BS. But go ahead, Gabe.
I heard the earliest those apps will be in progress is November.
And I know a guy who's working on one. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
November.
So you have to use an app to do it, basically.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly. And there's a race to be the first right now because a lot of people have been going crazy. Yeah, it's been driving me bananas as well, trust me.
My bookie was first, but, that's another story.
Now, I did want to bring up another one, but I do have to say goodbye to the mayor. I know you got a lot of work out there, Mayor. Be good. That's my man, Bill. Now, listen, this is the other thing. I will say the only reason I mentioned it is for very simple reasons is because he's the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time. He is Tom Brady. They've talked about all kinds of things, and I've never in my life at least heard Adam Schefter, anybody at least that I thought with clout, ever say something about he might leave. Like, I mean, Schefter said he's going to play till he's 45. He wants to play.
If I'm not mistaken, didn't Tom sort of mention before the season that he plans on playing for a couple more years? Like, he plans on playing as long as he can?
Schefter wasn't saying he was retiring. He's saying he's going to leave playing in a different place.
Yeah.
Really? Not for New England. Yeah, you didn't understand what I was saying? I'm saying he's still going to play. Schefter's saying it's the last year he's going to play in New England.
Okay.
That's what
we shall see.
That's what he was saying in that tweet, that he wants to play another, at least, he said he thinks he wants to play another at least another 2 to 3 seasons till he's 45. And then he wants to try and, oh, man, I got to get out of here. I got to take a break. I'm late for a break. Howard Balzer's coming up next. We are going to have so much fun. Don't you dare touch that dial. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7 FM.
Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy get you through the midday with Sports 56 Middays. Delivered by FedEx. Weekdays from 10 till 1 on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
Frontier Western Store's world-famous boot showroom is waiting for you. With aisles and aisles of boots in one easy spot, you will find your next favorite pair at Frontier. Everyone loves Ariat boots, and Frontier has over 1,000 pair in that brand alone. Come grab a pair of rugged work boots like the Workhog, or discover an everyday classic in Ariat's Rambler. Tons of other brands as well: Rocky, Dan Post, Red Wing, Durango, Justin, Twisted X, and many more. Frontier constantly restocks and refreshes their lineup of boots, so you're certain to walk out of the store happy in your new comfortable footwear. They have a wide assortment of sizes available for men, women, and children. Work, dress, or play, Frontier's knowledgeable staff will cheerfully help you find the perfect fit. It's boots galore at Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road, Olive Branch, or on the web at frontierwesternstore.com. Family owned and operated, you know it, since 1967.
In today's evolving workplace, XMC understands the process of getting office work done has moved from the desktop to your pocket. The new Xerox multifunctional printers and ConnectKey app technology are game changers. Are you working with confidential information? Does it need to be secure from unwanted threats? Do you need to translate documents to another language? Xerox's App Gallery provides solutions like secure printing and easy translator technology. XMC is the second largest exclusive Xerox agent in the U.S. with 9 locations to serve you. We've been in business for over 25 years and have received top awards from Xerox. In changing our world one experience at a time, our team's committed to doing what's right for your business. XMC is proud to be your leader in document and print management, and it'd be our pleasure to serve you. Contact XMC today at 888-814-3114 or visit our website at xmcinc.com. XMC, excellence in office solutions.
Duncan Williams Investment Bankers presents Toby Keith at Live at the Garden Saturday, August 31st at the beautiful Memphis Botanic Garden.
How do you like me now?
One night, Toby Keith, all the hits.
That was 1,452 beers ago.
With opening act High Valley. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. For more information, visit liveatthegarden.com. Doors open at 6:30. Show starts at 8:30. Also presented by FedEx, True Green, Infinity of Memphis, Regions Bank, Radiance, Pro Show, Mahaffey Tent, and PDR. That's Toby Keith at Live at the Garden Saturday, August 31st at the Botanic Garden.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129.
I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses will buy a house in any area, in any condition, and yes, it's guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your home quickly, call 901-406-1101. If you've been through a divorce, if you lost your job, if you're tired of renters, I Buy Houses can get you your money quickly. I Buy Houses will buy your home in Shelby County, DeSoto County, Memphis, Bartlett, South Haven, Horn Lake, Olive Branch, anywhere and everywhere in between in any condition. And yes, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pen, 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses.
If you're the owner of a company and you're tired of a dirty office building, or maybe you're tired of dirty restrooms, or floors and carpets that are filthy, or windows that you can't even see through, I've got a solution. Let Trinity be your cleaning solution. Trinity Professional Services. They're putting professionalism back in cleaning. They specialize in stripping and waxing and buffing floors, in cleaning carpet. Just make it seem like it's spring outside. Window cleaning where you see through and everything shines. Commercial janitorial services specializing in final construction cleaning. Hey, the people that own this company, they are big construction people. They know what needs to be done. So if you would like it done the right way, call Todd Pope or Tommy Ferrari, the former Tiger quarterback, at 833-6773. 833-6773. It's Trinity. They're your cleaning solution.
Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
Kick it over here. Kick it.
On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Thick and thin, I'm your pusher man. I'm your pusher man.
What is up? What is up? I am your pusher man. Not like Pat's Chung, though. Welcome back into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. I am your sports mixologist. Always blessed to have my man Gabe Kuhn producing this bad boy, and we are all blessed because we got Howard Balzer joining us right now. And I want to remind y'all, this man knows more football. He's probably forgotten more football than most of us. He was at the original NFL draft telecast. I'm so fired up to talk to him. I got a whole lot of questions. So let's get to it. Howard, how's life, my man?
Hey, life is great. Well, another football season is here, and what could be better?
That's a good point, man. I love it. We got football. It's back. We're ready to rock and fire. But I got to ask you right off the bat. First things first. Since Hard Knocks has, had the Raiders, since everybody and their grandmother has been watching this Hard Knocks, I thought the first 2 episodes were horrible, but Antonio Brown, everybody's got the fever. So I want to know, who has more to prove this year? Is it Antonio Brown or Ben Roethlisberger?
That's a good question. I don't know that Antonio Brown has a lot to prove because we all know his ability, but I think he does have to prove that he can actually be part of a team and not be a total distraction for that team.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's one thing he has to prove. Ben Roethlisberger obviously is a proven quarterback who's done it for a long, long time. I mean, as an aside, when you think of that 2004 first-round draft class with Eli Manning and Ben Roethlisberger and Phillip Rivers, man, start adding up the numbers, and it's phenomenal what those 3 guys have done combined over all these years. Here we are 15 years later. So he's proven himself. But having said that, I think that the team, they have some questions, and he'll have to show that. I've always thought that it's about the players around the quarterback. You can have an excellent quarterback, but if you don't have the players around him, it doesn't matter. And so this year, yes, they're. And I thought it was interesting too. You mentioned Hard Knocks. I saw that the ratings in Pittsburgh for the show were higher than most other places in the country, where I think some of the fans are reveling in all the drama that Antonio Brown is bringing to the Raiders. But the point being, yes, there's a certain positive about being rid of that distraction, but you're also rid of 100+ receptions and well over 1,000 yards in receiving, 15 touchdowns. And how do you replace that? And I know the common line is, well, look at Juju Smith-Schuster. And yes, that's all well and good. But Juju Smith-Schuster now doesn't have Antonio Brown on the other side of the field. So is he going to be as good? I think that's the guy to me with the most to prove this year is Smith-Schuster.
Ooh, I
to
like
show
it.
that he can still be, a top of the line receiver without a great player on the opposite side of the field. So that's going to be interesting to see for that team.
Howard, this is Gabe here. The Raiders ended last year 4-12. It's hard to not think they're going to have some improvement going into this year. What do you think of their chances in the AFC West this year?
Well, I think they can be improved. It's a pretty good division, obviously, with the Chiefs and the Chargers at the top. And the Broncos we'll see, but you would think the Broncos will be better with Joe Flacco and having at least some consistency at quarterback, and they still are a good defensive team. And so that's a tough division. But the Raiders should be better. Most of it will depend on the defense because that's where they've just been awful. But the offense is, assuming again you have Antonio Brown there week after week, and he doesn't, he doesn't play a game and then drop a pass and then be complaining about his helmet and go off the rails there. But they've added some good receivers. Derek Carr is a good quarterback. The offensive line, if they can stay healthy, is pretty solid. And with the young kid Jacobs at running back and pretty good guy, decent dual purpose guys behind him, they have the makings, I think, of being a pretty good offense. So they should be improved. How much is the question, because like I said, that is a pretty good division.
All right, so I did bring up my man Antonio Brown and then kind of Ben Roethlisberger for a big point, because I have to say right now in the offseason, the AFC North has had a lot to talk about. Everybody's talking about Lamar Jackson. Can he be the real deal? Holyfield. Is this defensive good enough? Is John Harbaugh ever going to get them back? You hear about, is Pittsburgh going to be better without Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown? Can Juju Smith-Schuster and Connor and them, make it work? Can they get to the postseason and still win that division? Or is this all about Cleveland, Baker Mayfield, and the young swag that they're building over in Browntown?
Yeah, I think the hype for the Browns is legit because they have a very good roster, and John Dorsey, and they had the makings of it before Dorsey was there. It's not as if the previous regime
But
had all
John
bad
fleeced
players.
Gettleman, didn't he?
What's that?
Didn't John fleece Gettleman? Getting
Oh,
OBJ?
in the Beckham, yeah, to a degree, yeah. But you're taking these trades these days in the league. You're taking on contracts, and so that's become a part of the equation in terms of what you give up and all that. So I don't know if it's fair to say he fleeced them, but I think both sides believe that they got a good deal. And the Giants ended up with 2 first-round picks out of it, and they think those guys are going to come in and help their team. So, but bottom line is this team is loaded with talent. And so I
And
think
it's not
the
just
biggest
offensive either, is it, Howard?
No, exactly. No, it's not. That's I was going to get, because they brought in players. They have Myles Garrett. They got an underrated group of linebackers, and that was a good defense at the end of last season. Now that's the question to me is that in my mind, if I was running that team, and I know they had the reasons why they didn't do it, I might have kept Greg Williams as the head coach, because a lot of their success in the second half of the season was Greg Williams and his defense and his personality as a head coach. Well, he's now not there. They have a new defensive coordinator. They have a first-time head coach in Freddie Kitchens, who has only been an offensive coordinator for that time last year after Todd Haley was fired.
Mm-hmm.
So that to me, the biggest question of the Browns is, are they reading their press clippings too much? Are they going to live up to all those expectations? Because all the questions you brought up with the Steelers are legit. The Ravens, the question with Lamar Jackson is legit over a 16-game season. They lost some key players on that defense. And so I think this is right for the Browns to take it. But they're going to have to go out there and do it on the field. And we all know that's a whole lot different than just talking about it in the off season. But that is a pretty talented football team and a very young football team.
Now, before I actually jump too far out of the AFC, I do have to ask you, what do you make of Andrew Luck and where he is now? Is he going to be healthy? Are you hearing anything about this? Because I'm getting a little bit worried about him.
No, I think that concern is legit, because when you have, in the beginning you say, no, it's a calf. It's a calf. And all of a sudden it's lingering and it's lingering and it's lingering. And then all of a sudden, it's a high ankle sprain. And those are difficult. But for a quarterback, a lot of it is just being able to deal with pain. And for a quarterback, if you're not a running quarterback, you potentially can perform with that. So Colts fans are obviously hoping that that's what this is about, that he'll be able to get out there. Might not be 100% healthy and might not be totally healed, but it would still be good enough to get out there and play. And so that's what everyone's hoping. But no one truly knows, because obviously we're not fed a lot of information at this time of the year. And until we get, after this week of games, I think they said that they're going to decide after this week whether Luck's going to be able to start the opener or not. And then even if he is, then we'll have to wait and watch to see if he's compromised at all by this injury, because those high ankle sprains, like I said, I remember Curtis Martin, the Hall of Fame running back.
Oh,
when he was with the Jets, and he had an instance where he played games with 2 high ankle sprains, and he once compared it. You feel like someone is sticking a knife in you, and that's what the pain is like with that.
And that's why he's also a Hall of Famer, man. When you say he played with 2 of them?
Exactly. Yeah, and he had 2 of them. Yeah, he had 2 of them, and he went out there and played. So, and that's a running back, a lot different than a quarterback. But still, if you're experiencing pain like that, well, it's hard to go out there and just freelance and do what you have to do and have your mind just on playing, because you're trying to get this pain out of your head. And he says, no matter what you do, whether a painkiller, stuff like that, most of it doesn't work with that type of injury. So that's going to be what he has to overcome. And obviously, I can't say how much of actual pain he is experiencing, but that's how difficult and tough to deal with that injury can be.
I want to hop out of the AFC for a second and travel our way over to the NFC. And most of the headlines are coming out of Dallas at this given moment. And I just sort of want to ask you about a St. Louis guy and Zeke Elliott. Is there a chance they get this deal done before the season?
Well, there's always a chance you get a deal done, but it's like anything. I remember the former I love the little things that people have said over the years. George Young, who hasn't been with us for a long time, but a longtime general manager of the Giants, when contract negotiations and holdouts, whether it was draft choices or veterans, were a lot more then than they are now. And he'd be peppered with questions from the media. Is it close? Is it close? Because you'd be hearing things. He says, there's no such thing as close, because you have to finish the deal. And so until the deal is done, then it doesn't matter how close you are if both sides are entrenched on where they are. And so that's what you hope that sane heads prevail here, and that they can get a deal. There's a late report out that they want to make him one of the 2 highest paid running backs in the NFL. Well, he should be, because if he's not the best, he's right there with him. And what's complicated this whole thing with him and with Melvin Gordon with the Chargers is the position with running back, and the fact that Todd Gurley, the Rams gave him the extension last year with a lot of guaranteed money, and then boom, he wasn't available for the team. Now, you know that can happen to a lot of players, but with running backs, it can often happen a lot more. And so that's the concern the teams have is committing a lot of guaranteed money to a running back where you just never know when they're going to break down. But I think both those teams I mentioned, they need those running backs. And I think the Cowboys, you can talk about Tony Pollard all you want, and he might be a nice back, but he's not Ezekiel Elliott. And if they want to do the things that they're talking about doing and being a Super Bowl team, to me, that has to be with Zeke Elliott on the field.
Sticking in that division real quick, Howard, I just kind of curious if Zeke and Amari and Dak come back, somehow Jerry gets everything, they magically pay everybody, they're all dancing and happy in Dallas. Who's the best team, them or the Eagles?
I think they're very close. I really do. And I think that it'll probably go down to the wire because, as you mentioned, and obviously it comes down to Carson Wentz staying healthy. But that Cowboys team with a full year of Amari Cooper, and they have Elliott there, one big thing, and everyone hopes he can still play at the same level, is getting Travis Frederick back on the offensive line from that illness that he had last year that cost him the whole season. He's the anchor of the offensive line at center, and so that's a talented team, and their defense is young, and they get after it, and they've paid a bunch of money, as they just did the other day, to Jalen Smith and DeMarcus Lawrence, as they paid earlier this year, and just came off physically unable to perform. So that's a darn good team, but the Eagles are very good too. So I think that's a neck and neck race, I would think, for the entire season.
I know with the XFL getting announced yesterday, the team reveals, you were around the St. Louis Battlehawks situation yesterday. What do you feel about the XFL? Do you think it has, staying power? We saw the AAF. I was part of it for a second. And, it just didn't seem like it had a bunch of, staying power. Do you think the XFL will be different?
I think the big difference, and I was a part of the Alliance also, and so the football was pretty good, and always taking into account that these are teams that are all put together for the first time, which is tough, especially on an offense, to put together a quarterback with good surrounding talent and obviously an offensive line to play together. But they got pretty good TV ratings, and the XFL has a better TV contract with a majority of the games on ABC, ESPN, and Fox, with a handful on ESPN2 and FS1. So they got a better TV contract. But to me, the biggest difference, and what killed the Alliance, is that, they spent a little too much money in some places, but the people with the money who had supposedly made commitments just walked out on those commitments, and they didn't have the money to go forward. The XFL has Vince McMahon's money, and I think on two levels, Vince McMahon, he started this again.
And you already failed once.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's why he wanted to show that it could work, but he also knew that they had to pay more attention to the football than they did the first time. And I think they've seen from the Alliance what good football can provide in ratings. So I think that's why he decided to do this. I think now also, with all the negatives that have come up because of the Alliance, folding up shop with 2 games to go in the regular season, I think even more so he wants to show that at least there's some staying power here, and then he gives it a good, strong 2 to 3 years at least to build this, knowing you're going to lose a lot of money in the process. But it's Vince McMahon's money, and he's committed that he has the money. I mean, a few months ago, he sold, it was close to $300 million in stock in the WWE, so he'd have the ready cash for this. So he's not relying on other people's money. And I think that's the big difference between these 2 leagues and what has a lot of people excited about it.
Man, I'm talking with Howard Balzer. I really appreciate your time. Everybody go check out balzerfootball.com. Make sure you follow him on Twitter. It's just at HBalzer721. That's HBalzer721. I tweeted it out at Johnny_radio. It'll be easy to find. Now, I got to say goodbye. I wish I didn't have to pay a few bills. I'd love to rap with you all day long. But you were at the very original NFL draft telecast. Did you ever believe back then that it would ever grow to be what it's become today?
I don't think anybody could have thought that. I mean, it was 1980, and whoever, I mean, heck, I was at the Sporting News at the time, and at that time, we and I say we, not only at the Sporting News, but in journalism everywhere, in newspapers, we're just getting computers to be able to write your stories on, and to be able to, and then to be able to submit them to your paper, and all those things. That was just beginning when the NFL draft started on TV, on ESPN in 1980. Heck, whoever thought ESPN would be what it is today?
Great point.
in 1980, and who could have predicted the internet, which has obviously changed, all the digital stuff, which has obviously changed everything. So I don't know that anybody, unless someone had a great crystal ball, I don't know that anybody could have predicted where it is today. Now, I always thought it would be a great product, and it showed, a lot of people in the beginning were saying, oh, who's going to watch that? It's like watching plants grow or things like that. But the football fans loved it, even at the time when ESPN, a lot of people didn't even have cable TV then, but it was just starting to, to get big. And so, but it continued to grow and grow and grow. And then the internet just blew it out of the water, and everything that's come along, and sports talk radio and everything else, and NFL Network. Look at how much has changed in the landscape of all media and all this in these, it's almost 40 years. And it's just been monumental. So yeah, it was cool to be a part of it, and it's definitely really amazing to see where that draft is now, and the number of people to watch, and they go around the country with it, and it's on 3 networks. I mean, it's just crazy.
Dude, looking at that black hair back in 1981, too, you looking good, Howard. Now, I do have to say, man, I had so much fun. We have got to do this again. I got to pay some bills, but, man, I really appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to join us. We really, really had a good time.
Anytime, guys. I always enjoy coming on. I always enjoy coming on these shows whenever anybody asks, and so appreciate being called. That's always a nice thing.
Man, thanks, Howard. Have a wonderful day, my man. That's Howard Balzer, y'all. And Gabe Kuhn set that bad boy up. He is a very, very great producer. That's why I say all the time how good he's doing. Thank you for that, Gabe. And everybody out there, if you just now kind of tuned in and you're a little bit late, you better get that Sports 56 mobile app, because you can go back and listen to that bad boy. That was a great interview. Again, he was the original NFL draft telecast back in 1981, man. That's just wild to think about it. But we had a lot of fun. We're going to continue to have fun. Hardwood's coming up at 2 o'clock. We got Isaac in the house. We got all kinds of stuff. But whatever you do, you can't touch that dial. Sports 56, 96.1, and, of course, 87.7 FM.
Take Sports 56 with you on your phone or tablet. Download our official Sports 56 app today.
You do it right to save because you work too hard for your money not to. Lowe's is here to help with special Labor Day savings throughout the store. When you buy a DeWalt 2-tool combo kit featuring a drill and impact driver, you get a DeWalt Bear tool for free. Choose from a reciprocating or circular saw, angle grinder, or 20-volt battery. And update your appliances and get up to 40% off select appliance special values. This Labor Day, do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Tool offer valid through 8/28. Appliance offer valid through 9/11, U.S. only.
It was great bumping into you the other day. I never see you outside of this place.
When did we bump into each other?
Saturday. We talked for like 5 minutes.
That was you?
My point is we should hang out more.
Let me guess.
At Central Barbecue. We could make it a regular thing.
I love Central Barbecue, and I go there a lot, but, I'm pretty busy.
We could be Central Barbecue buddies.
I got the morning show and lots of other radio things going on all the time.
People would see us and they'd say, hey, there's those Central Barbecue buddies.
You know, all right, I got kids.
Bring them along. We'll be a Central Barbecue crew.
I'm leaving the country.
Let's say you just bought a house. Bad news is, you're one step closer to becoming your parents, which means you're going to start telling your kids to clean up before the cleaning lady comes. Doesn't make sense, but you're the parent and they're the kids. You're going to start telling them that now, too. Good news is, it's easy to bundle home and auto through Progressive and save on your car insurance. And there's your opening to remind them who pays the bills around here. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Discount not available in all states or situations.
Hi friends, I'm Shane Stanford from Christ Church, Memphis. Here at Christ Church, we believe in Memphis and we believe in you. And every Sunday at 11 o'clock, we want to invite you to come hear a biblically based, Christ-centered message that talks about God's love for you and His guidance in your life. And also to hear an interview by amazing people who are doing incredible things for our city and our community. So don't miss us, 11 o'clock, right here on this station, every Sunday morning. I'm Shane Stanford. Remember, you matter.
Now, back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why.
What is up? What is up? Welcome back into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Y'all know me, your sports mixologist. Y'all know Gabe Kuhn. He is the man who used to block for some great quarterbacks over at Memphis. started a lot of football games, and now I got him as my producer. Dude, I feel really good. But I got to say this, Gabe, this texter got me really good. It says, Dear Mr. Radio, after all these years of listening to some bad advice from you, some really bad advice, thank you, sir, for listening to me all these years. Not the bad advice part. I'm saying thank you for listening. He said you finally hit one up. A winner. Had to get my own dinner the other night. Went to Popeyes. It's by far the #1 chicken sandwich I've ever had. Your favorite Cub fan. Yeah! Dude, #1, I'm so happy that I got a baseball fan that listens to me.
You know what made me sad is
I'm
I
sorry
told
for the
my
bad
brother.
advice.
I told my brother, hey, go get this Popeyes chicken sandwich, right?
So good.
He lives in Iowa. They don't release it for another week in
What?
Iowa. Yeah. They have not released it up north.
They probably don't have the chickens.
Man, we're in the South. We're in the
Dude, we
Southeast.
got
You
them
know they
chickens down
releasing
in
the,
the South,
the fried
yo.
chicken sandwich, man.
We got real deal Holyfield built up some like our chickens will whip them chickens up north. You know what I'm saying? We got some real deal Holyfield chickens. That sandwich though is seriously, that ain't no joke, people. I do have to say though, different strokes, different folks. I do admit that. So far I've had 5 people take the challenge. Right now, everybody has liked Popeyes better except for guess who? Drew Barrett. And it also makes me kind of think...
Austin Eldridge.
Oh, and Austin
well.
Eldridge. Oh, wow. So that means now it's a little... Well, no, it's still a major win. You know? Just
I mean,
go to
I still
7.
love Chick-fil-A. I can't, like...
No, that's what I'm
It's
saying.
just
It's
like-
still great sandwich. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to
But-
say it's bad. What I'm just saying is I didn't know that you could it could step it up a notch. And I can't believe I'm still talking about this sandwich, but yeah, it's that good. By the way, I've been talking about food all week, and I'm going to tell y'all a little bit and remind y'all that barbecue is Memphis's food. Memphis is known for barbecue. Now, I am Johnny Radio's Happy Hour, and I went out and got some great restaurants all in different parts of the city, all different styles of food, and all people that I think are amazing. And I'm going to tell you about all of them, but I'm going to tell you right now, all you people out there who are looking for the barbecue, you should know it by now. It's Central Barbecue, and they have a new location on Poplar. And I just want to remind you, because this is something I feel for moms out there, this will really save you. If you have a picky kid who is annoying and you're like, God, he doesn't like the school lunch. He doesn't like Lunchables. I can't make him a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. My son is annoying. Well, guess what? I guarantee there's something that he will like. You go to Central Barbecue and buy their turkey, their smoked turkey. It's like the real deal Holyfield turkey. It ain't that turkey in the package, yo. It's real turkey. And buy some of that pulled chicken. Make your child sandwiches from that. My goodness, he'll be like, Mom, I love you. And you don't even have to tell him it's from Central Barbecue. You just take all the love and the credit. But remember, go to Central Barbecue. And if there's any Memphis expats out there, don't forget, ship them some barbecue and show them you're thinking about them by going to cbqmemphis.com. That's cbqmemphis.com, and ship it anywhere in the good old US of A. Now, we've been talking a lot of football with Howard, obviously. We've had some great text. But I did also want to mention, I didn't get to a lot of stuff, and I was talking with Gabe during the break a little bit because we ran out of time, and I've been looking at this Carolina Panthers team, and I've been looking at this AFC South. I mean, we talked a lot of AFC North, and I've been looking a lot also at the NFC South. Atlanta. They've been awful in the preseason, but again, it's the preseason. Who gives a dang? You know? They got beast, man. I look at Tampa Bay. Are they going to be better? Is the Bruce going to make them better? You saw what the Bruce did in Game of Thrones, right? You didn't mess with the Bruce. Isn't it Earl Bruce or something? The Earl Bruce? Or am I crazy?
You
didn't watch Game of Thrones?
Oh, yeah, I did, but what are you talking about?
When they're a guy, the Earl Bruce or the Bruce. Man, I'm not,
I don't know. Maybe you're crazy.
Yeah, whatever. Maybe I am crazy. All right, but New Orleans with Drew Brees. And then I look at the one question mark. Carolina and Ron Rivera should be like he's supposed to be healthy. Christian McCaffrey's one of the best running backs in the game. Their defense is back.
It's just the year to year.
Do you remember he
division,
was the MVP?
Year to year, that division is so up
stacked.
and down. It's up and down,
And it's
though.
up and down and up and down and up and down.
A team that you expect's going to be good falls off. A team
Yep.
that you expect won't be there will emerge. So
It's crazy.
I mean, and you look at the Panthers, you look at the Falcons, they both scare you.
And right now, San Francisco people, they're looking at Jimmy G and they're scared to death. You got people like with the Rams. Jared Goff had a bad Super Bowl against Bill Belichick, but he did get you to the dang Super Bowl, yo. Y'all can chillax a little bit, but man, I ain't seen so many people in Los Angeles freaking out about Rams, or at least Rams fans freaking out. I think they're more fantasy people freaking out about Todd Gurley. And then Seattle. Does anybody know really what Seattle's going to be this year? I can tell you, I don't. I can't figure it out.
I just trust Russell Wilson, man. I really think that team is always going to be good when he's there.
It'll be interesting to see. It will be interesting. Football is getting close, folks. So you know what y'all need to do? Nothing. Sit back, relax, chillax, and keep it on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7 FM.
Stop. Pick up your golf clubs. Head to my favorite place, Vantage Point Golf Center, 9580 Macon Road in Cordova. Open 7 days a week. Vantage Point Golf Center. They got it all. Top Tracer powered by Top Golf. Track your shots like the pros. You know exactly where you hit the ball. Have a beer, eat a sandwich, and relax. Over 50 grass spots and fully lit for nighttime. There are 18 holes of mini golf. It's fun for the whole family. Visit Vantage Point Golf Center. They've got it all. 1 mile west of Houston Levee.
When a bear is chasing you, you take off faster than a toupee in a fan factory. So hurry into the final days of the Ford Hurry Up and Save sales event. Come in and get 20% estimated savings on select 2019 Ford vehicles. This offer ends soon, and when we say soon, we mean September 3rd. So hurry up before pumpkin spice shows up in everything. Get to the final days of the Ford Hurry Up and Save sales event at your local Ford dealer. Eligible on select 2019 model year vehicles. Vehicle must have arrived at dealer at least 61 days prior to the sale date. Estimated savings include an average dealer discount based on a sales survey of average discounts offered by Ford dealers nationally. Discount may vary. Dealer determines price. For all offers, take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by 9/3/19. See participating dealer for complete details.
If you've always thought, hey, I'd look pretty good in a Lexus, well, guess what? Lexus thinks so, too. Lexus is offering you the Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Great offers on all 2019 models and special lease options. Drive in luxury and confidence, knowing that every new Lexus comes with complimentary first and second maintenance services. Stop by Lexus of Memphis, 2600 Ridgeway, and put yourself in the driver's seat of an all-new 2019 flagship LS500. Hey, you look pretty good there. Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event at Lexus of Memphis. Experience amazing. Sports 56 invites you to a live broadcast Tuesday, August 27th from 3 to 6 p.m. at the Spirit Shop. You know, the liquor and wine oasis. Eddie has invited Old Dominic for another bourbon tasting that will go on till 7 p.m. Don't miss out on winning 4 rounds of golf at Wedgwood Golf Course, $50 gift card at the Butcher Shop, and more door prizes. Join Sports 56 live at the Spirit Shop Tuesday, August 27th from 3 to 6 p.m. with Wolo and Stats and the bourbon tasting from 3 to 7 p.m. The Spirit Shop, corner of Poplar and St. Nick.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM, 96.1, and 87.7 FM, as well as online around the world at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere on your phone or tablet by downloading the Sports 56 app, and at home, tell Alexa or Google to play Sports 56. If it's happening in the world of sports, we've got it covered. Wherever you are, stay tuned to Real Sports Talk. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses will buy a house in any area, in any condition, and yes, it's guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your home quickly, call 901-406-1101. If you've been through a divorce, if you lost your job, if you're tired of renters, I Buy Houses can get you your money quickly. I Buy Houses will buy your home in Shelby County, DeSoto County, Memphis, Bartlett, South Haven, Horn Lake, Olive Branch, anywhere and everywhere in between in any condition. And yes, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pen, 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, WIVG FM Tunica Memphis, and WPGFLP Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. It's Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
If you like pina coladas.
On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Check it out right here. Ladies and gentlemen. And now?
Now, the only man to ever win the World Series of Poker with a Scrabble board, Johnny Harden.
Holy moly! Welcome into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour, and I'm fired up, y'all. I bet Tennessee fans are kind of fired up, too. I was reading a little SB Nation, a little Rocky Top talk. I was reading about Taysom Hill transferring to Tennessee. What? Did y'all hear that? Yep, that's true. I'll tell you all about that in just a minute. Also tell you all about some yayo and New England Patriots. I'll talk about all kinds of good stuff. We have actually a lot of fun that we're about to talk about. I love this. And, hey, Gabe, you got anything good for today? You've been dominating.
It's all right, man. No, that's you, man. You got the good stuff for today.
I do have to say, you brought in that Popeyes, man. That was about the dopest thing I can remember. And that's the
You
only
don't
thing
even
I
remember that day,
because
yeah.
that's the only thing I remember from that day. I was concussed. But there is so much stuff going on, and I'm going to bring up the crazy talk about Carmelo Anthony getting blackballed and stuff. And then I just got to also bring out this whole double teaming in a pickup basketball game reaching the point that it has me so frustrated because realistically, do y'all realize that y'all are defending a bleep? Sorry, y'all. Devin Booker. Dude, he's take my phone and going home. I'm going home. And now he's got to have Trae Young come to his side and all this stuff. Stop it,
And
man.
Kevin Durant.
Now Kevin Durant. Oh, goodness. Get all your NBA buddies and, man, just... Anyway, I'm glad you took your ball. Go home. But we're going to get ready, and we're going to do a little bit of Hardwood. But I wanted to tell y'all, before I get to Hardwood, I'm fired up because one of our sponsors, by the way, it's Ocean Blue. If you're looking on, Periscope, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, I'm showing you all the good stuff that they got over at Ocean Blue. And when I'm telling you they got the good stuff, they got the good stuff. From the drinks to the food, it is out of control. Like broiled seafood with in that bag with all that good stuff, the corn and the potatoes and all that yummy stuff. If you're looking for that place, found it. It's at 6600 Stage Road, Suite 118. You will be there. They're open 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Friday through Saturday. Oh, that's right, baby. Friday through Saturday. No. So sorry. I needed to look at their new menu. They're now open 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday through Thursday, and they're open up 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Friday and Saturday. So don't watch out. You got to watch out. Sunday to Thursday, 11 to 10. Friday and Saturday, 11 to 11. But this is the most important thing. Happy hour, 3 to 6 every single day. $3 shots of Fireball. $5 shots of, Jameson, baby. They got appetizers out the frame. And their appetizers are great. Their drinks are great. Everything is great. But the cool thing is, if you say, hey, I heard this on Johnny Radio's Happy Hour, they're going to extend their happy hour 2 hours to you to 8 o'clock. That's really cool. Walk in there and say, hey, I heard y'all have the best happy hour from Johnny Radio's Happy Hour on the radio. And they're going to be like, cool. And he said, y'all extend the happy hour till 8 o'clock. And they'll be like, absolutely. That's how cool they are over at Ocean Blue. And again, that is 6600 Stage Road, Suite 118 over in Bartlett, Tennessee. And their drinks, if you're looking again, their drinks are out of control. Like, it's just... unbelievable stuff. Check it out. You'll love me. Now let's go to Hardwood.
This is Access Hardwood.
Now, back to what I'm telling you. So I give you all the stories during Hardwood every single week. But you know what we're going to do? We're going to give away a $25 gift card to Ocean Blue to go out there and test drive that bad boy. But you know how we're going to do it? We're going to have 2 people call in during Hardwood, and y'all give the funniest sports quasi story that y'all think that you can say on the air. If I dump you, you're
And
disqualified.
Guess what? We get to vote on it.
And we vote on it, and then the winner, you come up here, $25 to Ocean Blue, Bing Bang Boom. You're going to love us. So we're going to start that next week, okay? So get ready. Look for some of the funniest stories. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, I have to ask right now, because I've already seen, it's amazing to me. Gabe Kuhn is, somehow he's against me in this one. I think already. Is the whole, pickup basketball thing gone to a level that we need to check yourself before you wreck yourself?
Oh, I'm not against you on this.
Oh, okay.
I really am not. I mean, if you're getting double teamed in a pickup basketball, first of all, I don't care what you're doing in pickup basketball.
Yeah, I don't.
Let me make that clear. But second of all, if you're getting double teamed, just live with it. Play the game. Don't worry about all that other stuff, man. I don't know. It became way bigger of a deal than it should have been.
Dude, the fact that Devin Booker has now had, again, Kevin Durant, has had Trae Young, has had to have people come out and defend him and saying, yeah, defense should be one-on-one in gyms, yo.
You think he asked people to help to come
Man,
to his defense? Or
no.
They just did it on...
They just did that because they think that, I don't know. I have no idea, but I'm going to tell you one thing. It just makes it worse. I wouldn't even be thinking about it anymore. It would have been over. You know what? He would have taken his ball. He would have gone home. We would have talked about it one day, and we'd have forgot about it.
I love Joakim Noah, though, in the whole situation. He's like, it's basketball. It's basketball. We'll do it. We're going to keep doing it.
Yeah, it's basketball. I love Joakim. I love him. By the way, yeah.
Don't get it wrong. I think you got to be a certain type of person to call for double teams in a pickup game of basketball.
But also, if you're playing against an NBA player, and he's on the baseline, people are also forgetting he was driving the baseline. So two people were just trying to pin him up against the corner. If he doesn't want to pass the ball and he's gonna stop, grab the ball and say, "Man, y'all double teaming. I'm going home." That's just dude, you played at Kentucky, and now for the Phoenix Suns, honestly, you really can't be doing that because of all the phones in the world today, and because, let's just be real, you look like the biggest baby I have ever seen in my life. I was just I'm going to be straight up. And every time a player came out to defend him, I lost more respect for him. I'm like, why somebody got to, this dude, obviously, he's just going to take his ball home. He ain't going to be fighting nobody. Why somebody got to now, stick up for him and fight his battles?
There's literally no reason that you can't double team someone in pickup. But I saw this yesterday, and I should have brought it up yesterday.
You saw what Amari Johnson said, right?
Amari who?
Did you see what Amari Johnson said? Sixers hooper? I mean Amir. Amir.
I actually knew what you were saying.
I was talking about Amari Stoudemire a minute ago.
Yeah.
Amir came out. Yeah, he's actually got second best record. He's balling right now. Did you see that I actually saw some in the video. I couldn't believe in the Big Three, by the way, little sidebar. Greg Oden and him were going at it. Did you see that? I thought Greg Oden was done.
Can play?
Yeah, he actually looked pretty decent.
That's bizarre.
Dude, it was blowing my mind.
That's one guy I wish it never would have got hurt. He was really, really good.
Yeah, he was. That microfracture surgery, man. Oh, so sad.
But yesterday, wait, what did Amir Johnson say though?
So Amir said this. I loved how he said this. He's like, I'm going to TK this debate. I'm for double team. Ain't siding with Booker or KD. It's been a massive argument on NBA Twitter. It's been blah, blah, blah. He talked about how this. He said, I'm with Ben Simmons. I'm with Joakim Noah. If you're a baller, it's part of playing basketball. Shut up. Dig that, man.
Bam. Okay. Yes. I like it, Amir. I can get on your side.
You my dude, man. Okay, I'm sorry I said Amari.
Yesterday, former MLB players got caught up in a drug ring.
Whoa.
Octavio Dotel, former pitcher.
Time out. This is the largest drug ring, they said, was in the Dominican Republic in years.
Yeah, I mean, I'll get to it here.
Okay. Listen to this, people. This is literally hilarious.
It's hilarious, but
it's horrible, but it's...
Yeah, at the same time, well, this is hard work. It's what we do.
Yeah.
But Octavio Dotel, you may remember him. He used to pitch with the Mets, the Astros, everybody. He used to pitch for everybody, the A's, the Yankees. And then Luis Castillo as well. He won a World Series with the Marlins. He was a infielder, second baseman to be exact. They got caught up in a drug ring. They were cited for alleged links to a drug ring and money laundering ring run by Cesar Emilio Peralta. He is nicknamed Cesar the Abuser. There was 18 people linked to this network. I did not get how much they have moved, how much has been laundered, how much drugs they have. I didn't get any numbers on that, but I know that it is one of the biggest ones in the Dominican Republic.
And this is so weird because the fact that we're talking about like them getting busted with cocaine, like they were like the top dogs. Like they were like Pablo Escobar-esque. You know what I'm saying? In the DR. But did you see where Patrick Chung? Like this is what I don't understand.
That was a great segue, by the way.
Thank you. This doesn't make sense. These guys are busted, yo. They're going down. You know what I'm saying? They're in this ring. This is the real deal. Holyfield, their days are done. You know what they're going to be doing? They're going to be like, can I speak to my wife, please? Will you get off the phone?
I have a number now.
Oh, you finally have one?
So Dominican officials say just one of these shipments was a 1,050 kilogram shipment of drugs. And that was one of...
One?
Yeah, they said it was one of several seizures attributed to this ring. So
so they were a real dealer.
Oh, they're moving stuff. They're moving stuff, and the amount of money laundering going on is crazy. But back to Patrick.
Right now, people that are listening to me, they're like driving real fast. No, they're not driving fast. They're just using their cell phone, calling their dealer. Hey, we okay, man? No, I'm just joking. But Patrick Chung, though, this is what I don't understand. And by the way, I have to bring this back up real quick. This does remind me a little bit of Sam Hurd. Do you remember Sam Hurd? The guy for the Bears who got busted by an undercover agent because he wanted he didn't make it to be what they were, but he wanted to be like Pablo Escobar. Dude was I'll tell you all, this was the dumbest criminal in the history of the world. Sam Hurd, you definitely get that. But anyway, Patrick Chung, holy cow. Dude's charged with cocaine possession, okay? Now, the thing that messed me up more than anything is the charge, if he's convicted and they decide to throw the book at him, he actually would face time in prison. Did you know that? Yes, I'm dead serious. I looked it up. So if the case went to a grand jury, it was decided that he should be charged with a Class B felony, which carries up to 7 years in prison if convicted. 7 years. But this is where I don't think he's going to be convicted, one. And this is where I don't think they're going to figure out a way around it, because this is where things are going to get... This is where things get a little stanky, if you know what I'm saying. Now, Chung he has 3 rings. You know that? 1, 2, 3. He looked good. He ain't the GOAT, you know what I'm saying? But he's been there for 3 Patriots rings. He was also the 2018 captain of the defense. Did you know that? Bet you didn't.
I did know that.
No, he did. I'm talking, You're a junkie. I expected you to know that. But officials, though, this is where I was more... this is where I'm like, hold up. You got to pimp. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm reading the little chart, and I'm like, so when did they arrest him? And I look, and it says they gave him a summons. He turned himself in. You know what I'm saying? Like, he did not even get arrested. I'm dead serious. This is what, the details around this are extremely weird. That's why I'm still trying to work them out. But I can tell you, officially, Chung was not formally arrested. There is no mugshot of him. He was handed a citation to appear in court. And then when he went to appear in court, they gave his thing to a grand jury, and they were like, okay, well, grand jury came back and said, we need to charge you with a Class B felony.
Hey.
So we're going to go to court.
Anybody listening to this, don't think you'll get that kind of treatment, man.
You ain't getting treated like that if you got a little yayo on you, okay? You're getting arrested.
I don't know how many people that have gotten caught with cocaine that have not gotten at least handcuffed. Dude didn't even get handcuffed.
No, he didn't even get handcuffed. He literally, this is what I don't understand. He was literally giving a citation. That is honestly, isn't that, that's like getting a parking ticket, right? I mean, they did up the charges to a B, because they had to send it to the grand jury, and they were like, nope, we're going to charge you with a B felony. But originally, they're just like, yo, dude, you got a little yayo on you, so...
I honestly can't wait to see what actually comes of this, what he will get for it. You know what I mean? His punishment. Because if you didn't even put him in handcuffs, what are you going to do to him?
I don't know, but I want to know right now, who do you think gets in more trouble? Robert Kraft for the prostitution thing?
Chung.
Or
He's
Chung?
already out of it, basically.
Yeah, Kraft is really already
I mean,
out of it. But it
he's
seems like
already
Chung was
walking free.
basically almost out of it from the time. Like, I mean, did the cops say, hey, I need you to put a little bit in my evidence bag. You can keep the rest of it. Just make sure you appear in court, okay? I mean, like, what happened there? Like, sign the citation. Don't forget to sign the citation. No, do not sniff yay off this citation. I mean,
like, that's what they do for pot, like small amounts of pot nowadays.
Yeah. You get
a citation because it's decriminalized.
What are they, like $50 fine or something?
But yay
I don't
is
know about
not decriminalized.
No, nowhere
Never
that I
will
know.
be.
I don't even think. I think Amsterdam is illegal too. I mean, like, there's nowhere in the world.
Everywhere in the world.
Everywhere in the world is illegal. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I've never heard of legal cocaine.
Yeah,
personally.
me neither. Unless, like, you get Novocaine. Like, that's a cane. Novocaine.
That ain't the same.
It ain't?
That ain't the same.
So, by the way, would you test positive for cocaine if you get Novocaine shots, like, from the dentist? I'm just wondering if anybody's ever, like, failed a drug test because they went to the dentist. 67129.
There we go.
67129.
Perfect.
I'm very curious. Is that like a great excuse? But you better have gone to the dentist, buddy. Next, I'm sorry, Gabe. Go ahead. Oh, you did.
Oh, I ain't got nothing.
Oh, okay. I got.
I
this.
know you got more.
Oh,
You
I got
told me.
so much. I got so much. It's not even funny. But I do want to bring this up. I want to bring this up because I think it's very, very important. Did y'all hear? Like, since we're talking about people busted for drugs, I told you about Sam Hurd, right? So Sam Hurd, did you know that he got 15 years in prison? I am not joking. Sam Hurd. Listen to this. In 2011. Sam Hurd signed a deal worth like $4 million, okay? Instead, he decides he's going to be the mastermind and brings in a bag with $88,000 cash to an undercover cop to buy kilos of cocaine. Good job, Sam. And by the way, dude, the other thing is he gave the money to an undercover Homeland Security agent. Do you think it had more than $88,000 in there? Just curious. Like, how does that work? I've always wondered. I'm going to tell you right now, if some idiot drug dealer, I can't turn all of it in. Y'all don't pay civil servants enough money as it is. Let them just skim a little off the top. Just like 2 to 6%. How do you think you feel about that? I feel that's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. By the way, you want to hear a great sidebar? Check your dryer. Do you want to hear something crazy? Did you know that when your dryer breaks down or whatever and you call the people out there, half the time they like open up this little back drawer where it like sucks lint or whatever out, and there's on average, about $40 to $300 stuck in there. And I talked to a buddy today because I didn't know if I was like, that can't be real.
The amount of change in there has got to be
No, the
serious.
change is ridiculous. He showed me, man, because I just had a problem with my dryer and had to do the whole thing. But guess what? We ended up finding like $50 in the dryer. And I thought that was so full of it. I thought it was like $47. But
You have to come over and show me where to look.
dude, it's crazy, man, and it's so easy to get to too. You just got to know, man. You can even check it on YouTube.
All my boxing fans, supposedly, Floyd Mayweather's father said that he's pretty sure that the rematch between Floyd and Pacquiao will happen. I don't know if I want to see it. I don't know if I care anymore. Like I
can
think
tell you,
they're
I don't
both.
give two
Yeah, I was
dams
saying
about it.
they're both to the point where they just are trying to make. They're old. They're too old. They just want some more money before they get out of it for good.
I can tell you right now, all I know is I am fired up about the fact that we realistically have football coming up with the Canes. We have real deal Holyfield football. And I just want to ask y'all, how did it go from 10-0 to where Miami? Do you remember when they had the chain and everybody was just going insane for Miami and the chain? And then the chain started spreading all across the country and everybody had their own chain. But do you remember Mark Richt's first year, 10-0, and then they like slipped and fell, and we all know what happened since then? But dude, what happened to Miami? And then Tate loses the gig, and now Florida's about to play him. They're a 7.5-point favorite. I want to know, if Florida beats the brakes off of Miami, is Miami going to be done after the first game? Like, are they going to be able to get off the mat?
I think people expect them to lose that first game regardless, but I hope they just don't get their brains beat in. That's what you're sort of referring to, is if they're going to be able to come back after that and win a couple games.
Absolutely, buddy. I think it's going to be crazy. I don't know how they're going to have the opportunity to do it. But, yeah, everything is crazy and everything is wild. But I'm going to tell you one thing. We're taking a quick break because Isaac Simpson is coming back. We've got football. We've got basketball. I can't wait. Miami and Florida start things off on the 24th. Don't forget, though, this year on August 31st, that's when it's really going down because it starts at 11 a.m. Heck, you get to see the first game of Ohio State against Florida Atlantic. But you know what I'm really talking about, don't you? That's right, Ole Miss and Memphis. Yes, August 31st, Ole Miss and Memphis. I cannot wait. I hope you're ready for it. Don't forget that day. You're also at night going to see Georgia and Vanderbilt. But the other thing is, live at the Garden. Do you know who's going to be there? Oh, a little Toby Keith, baby. Live at the Gardens, August 31st. You get to see Ole Miss, Memphis in the morning, Toby Keith at night. Wake up the next day and just get ready to rock and roll for some more football. And, hey, NFL's right around the corner. I hope you have the Sports 56 mobile app. Howard Balzer came on earlier. That was flat out awesome. And, again, this was the guy who was with the original NFL draft telecast. So that was great talking. We'll do some more of that. But whatever you do, don't touch that dial. Isaac Simpson's coming up next. Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7 FM.
Sports 56 now has 2 FM homes. You can now find real sports talk on 96.1 as well as 87.7 on your FM dial.
I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses will buy a house in any area, in any condition, and yes, it's guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your home quickly, call 901-406-1101. If you've been through a divorce, if you lost your job, if you're tired of renters, I Buy Houses can get you your money quickly. I Buy Houses will buy your home in Shelby County, DeSoto County, Memphis, Bartlett, South Haven, Horn Lake, Olive Branch, anywhere and everywhere in between in any condition. And yes, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pen, 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses.
At Jason's Deli, you can stuff yourself full of great deli food that's healthy, fresh, and best of all, it's not expensive. Jason's Deli is all about choice. Whether you're looking for a gluten-free menu, vegetarian sandwiches, healthy kids' meals, or if you'd like to invent your sandwich via the build-your-own selections, Jason's Deli has you covered. And they only use fresh, wholesome ingredients. Choose from the club and specialty sandwiches, paninis, wraps, soups, salads, pastas, and much more. I love the cleanliness in the restaurant, the hospitality, and of course the cost. They have a huge salad bar and great soups, including Southwest chicken chili, fire roasted tortilla, organic vegetable, tomato basil, and many, many more. And if you're planning an event, their catering department is fantastic and can handle any size party. Go check out Jason's Deli's 4 locations. On Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, that's my favorite, on Germantown Parkway in Cordova, at Poplar and Highland, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch.
Are you one of those people who thinks it's okay to drive stoned? I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You end up driving below the speed limit? It's no big deal, right? Wrong. The truth is, your reaction times slow way down when you're high. You not only put yourself in danger, but everyone around you. Talk about a buzzkill. Stop kidding yourself. It's not okay to drive high. If you've been using marijuana in any form, do not get behind the wheel. If you feel different, you drive different. Drive high, get a DUI. Paid for by NHTSA.
Duncan Williams Investment Bankers presents Toby Keith at Live at the Garden, Saturday, August 31st at the beautiful Memphis Botanic Garden.
How do you like me now?
One night, Toby Keith, all the hits.
That was 1,452 beers ago.
With opening act High Valley. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. For more information, visit liveatthegarden.com. Doors open at 6:30. Show starts at 8:30. Also presented by FedEx, True Green, Infinity of Memphis, Regions Bank, Radiance, Pro Show, Mahaffey Tent, and PDR. That's Toby Keith at Live at the Garden, Saturday, August 31st at the Botanic Garden.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129. Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
Let's go!
On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. Here's your host, John Harden.
your hand has scaled the grand old face of the plateau. Some belong to strangers and some to folks you know. Holy Ghost and talk show hosts are planted in the sand to beautify the foothills, shake the many hands. There's nothing on the top but a bucket and a mop and an illustrated book about birds. You see a lot up there, but don't be scared. Who needs Jackson when you got words?
What is up? What is up? Welcome back into Little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. I'm your sports mixologist along with Gabe Kuhn. And you know one thing, we got great sponsors. And I am Johnny Radio's Happy Hour, so I talk a lot about happy hour in different spots of the city. I told you in Bartlett, Ocean Blue. But when you're in downtown Memphis, when you're going to the AutoZone Park or the FC 901 to watch some soccer, Curry and Jerk. It's at 126 Monroe Avenue. They got the best rum drinks you're ever going to have. They got the best Jamaican food you'll ever eat. It is authentic as it comes. Chef Ricardo, he is the bomb diggity. I'm telling you, 126 Monroe, right down the street from AutoZone Park. Curry and Jerk, real deal Holyfield. And they give us a little Isaac Simpson. What's up, Isaac? How are you doing, my man?
Man, I'm good, man. You're making me hungry, man. I might have to go over there to Curry and Jerk, man. Check it out.
Dude, I'm going to have to take you down there one day. I'm serious. There's a couple places I got to take you. I got to take you out there. I got so much stuff. I got to do some, give you some love because you join us every Thursday at this time, and we talk everything. I mean, when we talk Tiger sports, Isaac Simpson has everything. And right now, I think the biggest story out of Tiger sports is much, college football, August 31st is right around the corner. But is it not about Penny getting the pro day? Is that not the biggest Tiger story of the day?
Yeah, man, it's big. I think Memphis is kind of telling the Dukes and the Kentuckys of the world, we're here. I mean, we got a loaded roster, and we got the NBA coming down here, NBA Arena coming out to check these guys out. I think it's great the first time they've ever done this in Memphis, and I think the guys, the NBA scouts, they know James Wiseman, they know Preston Chua, but I think this is
Damian
big
Ball,
for guys
baby.
like Damian Ball, Damian Ball, Lester Quinones, I think it's big for guys like that. DJ Jeffries. So this thing is going to be big, and if some of these guys end up getting drafted, I think future prospects will look at this thing and say, man, there's something I might not be one of the top 10, 20 players in the country, but they have these pro days and things going on like this. I might come out there and show what I can do if I'm at Memphis and get a look too. So I think it's big for, like I said, especially the secondary guys, Boogie Ellis, Lester Quinones, and DJ Jeffries, and Damian Bond, guys like that.
And heck, even, Alo and, Harris, everybody on that deadgum team, the fact that they know that they're going to get to on, October 7th,
October 7th,
yeah, October 7th, have an NBA Pro Day. That is, it doesn't matter. Every single person on that deadgum team is going to be hyped for that practice. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how it's going to be. And the fact that Penny's done this, I just wanted to ask that question because I'm a jerk. Where are all those people who called me an idiot and said, I can't believe we're getting rid of a Hall of Fame coach for a high school coach? Where are they all at right now?
Yeah, it was crazy, man. I was a big cheerleader of it even when Tubby was here, even before Penny got the job. And people were like, you're crazy. You got a Hall of Fame coach. You got to get this guy 3 years. But, why give a guy 3 years? You saw what was going on. The guy wasn't getting it done in recruiting. And that's something that you have to do at Memphis. You have all this talent in your backyard, and you can't. And not even talking to these kids. It was obvious that he wasn't the right fit for the job. And no disrespect to Tubby, he's accomplished a lot in the past, national championship at Kentucky, but I think that the time has kind of passed him by to be a high-level coach, and we saw what Penny's coming here done, man. It's just been truly amazing. I think arrow's still pointing up, and I think we haven't even seen the beginning of what this thing's going to be over the next several years. And
I think it's still going to grow. And I wanted to bring this point up real quick, Isaac. I know you're going to know. Everybody knows Isaac. If you aren't literally following Isaac Simpson, he covers Memphis football, basketball, all Memphis sports. Does it for Rivals. Does it for the TigerSportsReport.com. He also hosts TSR Live. This dude is so connected with the game. You got to be following him. You got to hear what he's got to say. But, when I look around what's going on with, the Memphis basketball program, I'm about to tell you something that I can't believe. I can't believe I'm saying this. I thought, I still see it getting better. And the reason I say that is, and it sounds crazy, and I think you're going to know what I'm talking about. We have more. And I say we because I'm talking about the Mid-South. Yeah. Right now, the Mid-South has more talent over the next 2 years, if
Man.
I'm not correct, than almost every other state. I mean, I mean, like realistically, more talent right here in our backyard over the next 2 years than almost, like, you can look at Texas or New York or Florida or California or wherever you want to look. There's as much talent right here as anywhere in the whole country. And who's got the attention of everybody and their grandmother? Penny.
Exactly, and we're not even talking about the whole state of Tennessee. We're talking about Memphis and the Mid-South area, like you said. A population of probably kind of all suburbs, probably 1.2 million, I think is what it adds up. And you look at that, we had more talent here in this area than like California as a state, Texas, and Florida, and New York. It's crazy. That's why when you talk about Memphis, I think someone put out a poll of coaches that asked what they thought was one of the most underrated jobs in the country, and Memphis was on pretty much everyone's list. So these coaches know the talent that they have right here in this backyard. That was one of the tough things with Tubby, that Tubby just couldn't seem to tap into that. And Penny is like taking that baton and ran with it. I mean, and also nationally, what Penny is doing. So, again, like you said, man, I think this thing is just getting started, because not only can Penny get the great kids we have in the city, he's going nationally and pulling kids like Preston Chu, Alessa Keonis, and guys like that out of other parts of the country. So I think the sky's the limit for this thing for sure, and I think we're just starting. I don't think what's going on this year is something that has to stop. I think it could be it's just great, even better with these future classes coming up over the next several years.
And sorry, Gabe,
Isaac,
please.
there's a lot of narratives being pushed as far as, how many egos they have on the team, how much minutes people will be able to play. So far, through a Bahamas trip and what you've seen, it sort of seems like that's what you have to do to create a good program and a good, situation, is have a bunch of talented guys fight it out for playing time. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I agree. And right now, it seems like all these guys are buying in. Now, it's still early. Like I said, when it gets into the season and we get into these games, they get in close games, we'll see how things work out then. But these guys all seem to be saying the right thing. They seem to really like each other. And I think guys are kind of buying into what this coaching staff is selling. I mean, you go to the Bombers, I know James and Pressures weren't able to play, unfortunately. But, I mean, these guys out there, the guys on the bench, they're out there celebrating. They're encouraging their teammates. So, and the thing about it is, when you're winning games, a lot of that stuff kind of fixes itself if you're winning games. And I think this team is going to win a lot of basketball games this year. So far so good. But I mean, iron sharpens iron, as the old saying goes, and I think that's really good to be every day in practice going against other high level guys. I think it only makes the guys better from 1 through 13 or 15 on the roster.
Dude, I love talking basketball. Love it. Want to talk more of it. Love to, but you know what? Memphis football is like getting, and this is one of those things where, you talk about like I can't believe I'm saying this. I really look back and, when Memphis, getting Penny actually is what started it. I'm going to say that's like that was the catalyst. But there was a time that football was carrying this program. Like, think about how far football has come.
Yeah.
In realistically such a short time, especially through Gabe's year when he was recruited to the University of Memphis, where what he was recruited to and what he left. It's
crazy.
Like, holy cow. But they keep getting more talent. And you found out they got some more talent today, didn't they?
They did. The former four-star kid enrolled today. God, I can't remember the kid's name.
Asa Martin.
Asa Martin. Yeah,
I think that's his name. Let me check.
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, he signed enrolled today. So, this staff has been saying Mike Norvell's really turned over the staff, and that's kind of what happens when you win at a high level. You got to replace guys, and he's going out, it seems like, every year and found the right guy in this program. And I think if you kind of look at the situation that Mike Norvell ever leaves, which at some point I think we know that he's going to move on probably to a better job. But I think he has guys here. Ryan Silverfield's a guy who, if I had to pick right now, I think he ends up being the next Memphis coach. And I think it's good to have guys.
Well, man, Gabe loves him. I love him.
Whoa, dropping bombs.
That's dropping bombs right there.
Nice. I like it. See, I've always been in that thought process too. But how long, if, say, Mike Norvell has another 8-win, 9-win, 10-win season. How long do you think it would take for him? Do you think he's looking for another job as of right now?
It's kind of surprising because honestly, if I'm going to just be honest here, I would have thought that he would have been gone by now. And I think a lot of people kind of felt that same way. And I think that he, like a lot of coaches, they give you coach speak, oh, this is where I want to be, blah, blah, blah. I think Coach Norvell, when he says it, I think there is some truth to that for him because I think he enjoys the fact that he's kind of built this thing up and where it's going. And, they've shown that you can win here. And now, like I said, those Power 5 schools are going to come calling, and I think at some point he's going to leave. But, like I said, I'm kind of surprised he's still here now. And, if he seems to really love this job, so I won't say that he's necessarily going to leave anytime soon. I think at some point it's going to happen, but I kind of believe him when he says that how much he loves being here and how much he loves this community.
Oh, man, I'm so right there with you. Now, I got to ask you a little question. Have you been paying any attention to, just anything? Because I look at – everybody wants to talk about Brady White. Yeah. Like when Memphis football is brought up, it's Brady White. But have you been looking at the defense realistically? And is there any chance – because I know a lot of people who are serious football fans, they know that, DeMonte Coxey, he's a guy who I think could play on Sundays. They got an NFL wide receiver. John Pop Williams can scoot. You got great tight ends in Magnifico and Dykes. You got, running backs and Taylor. There's all kinds of there's pieces. And again, I think Obina Eze. I think Scotty Dill. I think Dustin Woodard. Manny, all these guys, I think they're going to do a great job on the offensive line. I look at everything, and it depends on two things. Brady White, is he going to be able to execute at a higher level than he did even last year? And he was pretty good last year for his first year. But is that defense going to take the next step? And when I look at the defense, I think it has a possibility to actually definitely be better than it was last year. What do you think?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I think Coach Fuller is coming here, and the attitude that he brings, I love the way he views the coaching the defense, and I think this defense is going to feed off that. There's so much talent on this defense. You talk about, you look at the starters that you're bringing back. You got
T.J. Carter,
T.J. Carter, O'Brien Goodson, Bryce Huff, Austin Hall, and J.J. Russell, Tim Hart. So much talent. Chris Claybrook, I always talk about on here, converted wide receiver guy. I'm really, really excited about the quarterback position. Even the backup. You got JUCO transfer Everett Cunningham, who's had a really, really great spring. I think he's going to have a big role on the team. Wardell Duckworth is another guy.
Everett Cunningham, defensive end. So, by the way, got a question. This is going to drive you crazy. Is JoJo going to be over there with Everett Cunningham as well, and maybe Jonathan Wilson?
Be a rotation sort of.
Yeah,
thing.
It'll be a rotation. Yeah, I think JoJo might end up starting though at one of those defensive tackle positions, along with Bryce Huff. If I had to pencil in right now, I think Joyce is probably the starter there, but there'll definitely be a rotation. And I talk about another guy, Doug Tate, off the bench. They have a lot of talent on this defense. I think this defense is going to be probably the best defense we've seen in this kind of modern era of this team. I think they have opportunities to be that good. You still have some questions at safety. Leandre Thomas and Tyrese Lindsey, can those guys continue to come in and show consistency? But I think overall, this defense is probably the best going to be the best that we've seen over the last several years.
Claybrooks and Carter, I think they're good at cornerback, and I think they got great linebackers in Hart, Russell, and Hall, but we'll see, man. I know my man Gabe knows probably more about this team than anybody.
Yeah,
got something
I heard
for you.
that they're going to have some freshmen start across the D-line and sort of rotate in as well. But I want to ask you, Isaac, me and Johnny have our own opinions on what we are worried about going into this season. What is your biggest worry? It could be a position group. What's your biggest worry for this team?
I think you have to start at the top with quarterback and Brady White. Like I said, if you look at the numbers last year, the numbers are fantastic. Just looking at it on paper. But, again, without that Darrell Henderson, that home run hitter, can he be the guy that can lead this offense? And I think it's going to really – they have to rely a little bit more on his arm this year. And you saw Freddie McBride transfer, and you look behind him, you got a guy in Connor Adair, who I think is QB2 right now, who I wouldn't be confident at this point in putting him in a game. So you got McCravy Quinn, of course, outside. Big arm, big guy, but I don't think he's ready to kind of step in and win you a game either. So Brady White is the guy. This is going to be his offense, and he's going to have to play and play well, I think, in order for this team to kind of reach some of those goals that people are thinking. There's a lot of people think this team can go undefeated. But he has weapons. It's just he has to get the ball to these guys. But I think on the offense, quarterback, offensive line, you lost some guys, but I like the guys that are coming back. I think it's not heavy on experience, but you have guys that are talented.
And also the coach. I mean, coaching also helps when you talk about O-line and what he's done 100%. With that O-line. It's really incredible.
That and also size.
Yeah. I mean, they've definitely got size. Defensively, I think the safeties are been a big question on this team. I think that's still kind of a question. I mean, you got some hard-hitting guys out there. Sanchez Blake is a guy who can really get out there and make some tackles. But I think defensively, I think the safeties are the biggest question mark, which has been with this team for a while. I mean, you got guys out there that are talented, and Lindsey and Thomas and Blake and Carlito Gonzalez, but they just gotta show that consistency. There's times where they play really well, and other games they kind of struggle. But I think quarterback and on the offense and the safeties on defense, I think, are my biggest concerns going into this. But overall, I think this team has the talent to win a lot of ball games this year.
My biggest concern is that game one, they play Ole Miss, an SEC team, at 11 a.m. Central Time when it's hotter than Cooter Brown right now, and right now it is hot. And I'm wondering, with that heat, I always think of one simple thing: depth. The team with the most depth is going to have one heck of an advantage come at the beginning of the year, especially when it's uber hot in the South. Right now, that Memphis team and that Ole Miss team, I'm kind of curious. Which team do you actually think realistically has more depth?
Hey, I noticed it's crazy to say when you talk about it going against the SEC team, but I think Memphis has the most depth. I think Ole Miss. I think Ole Miss is going to be pretty bad. Honestly, I think that's a 4-win team at most, especially with their schedule. I mean, they have some guys out there, but I mean, this is a true rebuilding year for them. I know it's the SEC team, and they're going to have some talent on that roster, but I just, you look at it up and down, I think Memphis is way above them talent-wise. I think Memphis, it's clear when you look at the two rosters who has the most talent. I think Ole Miss would definitely trade with Memphis and their talent and not even think anything about it. So we just from top to bottom, I think Memphis is definitely the more talented team between the two. It's just people kind of look at it as an SEC team, so it's still going to be a big win, especially when you're going to get the rival from the guys from down the road in Oxford. But I have to go with Memphis in the matchup as far as depth and talent-wise. I think it's definitely the Tigers.
And it's also bringing in a bunch of new coordinators. Matt Corral has got a new QB at the helm. It's going to be his first game on the road. It's going to be hot as can be. One thing I am scared, and I ain't going to lie to you, Scotty Phillips is a bad dude. Let's be straight. Dude can flat out run. And Ole Miss, who used to be wide receiver I feel like they still got wide receivers, but we got them there. But I'm actually scared. Actually, we have never worried about the running backs, and now we're worried about the running backs.
And Scotty Phillips in there with a Rich Rod, who is literally a run game guru. It definitely puts you, it definitely concerns you. Definitely.
Yeah, I think that's going to be, they're going to ride Phillips all year long. That's going to be their offense. And I think what you said, like with Rich Rod, I think he's definitely the coach that you want if you're going to be a running football team. And I think Memphis' game plan, that's definitely they're going to be their main concern with Scotty Phillips. You look at wide receiver, they're extremely young. They don't have any starters back with receivers. All those guys are gone. You got Braylon Sanders, I think. Dontario Drummond, I think, is their other
Miles Battle, and Elijah Moore. They're not, like I said, they got some talent, but again, they're very, very inexperienced. But again, this is going to be more of a run team, and it's going to be very interesting to see if they can bottle up Scotty Phillips. It could be a real good day for Memphis, but that's going to be a hard thing to do. But I do have to say, I could, if I didn't have to pay bills, I could talk to you all day, and I'm sure you would actually got to get out to do some actual work. But Isaac, thanks for joining me.
Appreciate it, Isaac.
I want everybody,
no problem.
Literally everybody, to go to at Isaac_Rivals on Twitter, and make sure you get the TigerSportsReport.com. Make sure you listen to TSR. What you got going on in TSR, by the way?
Yeah, man, we got a new episode, TSR Live Return Sunday evening with myself and Brian Moss, 8 p.m. So you can check me out on Twitter, like you said, at Isaac_Rivals. Have more information on that. But we'll be talking Tiger football. Could have some special guests on there as well. So check that out Sunday night at 8. And again, Isaac_Rivals, man. And always enjoy talking with you guys, man. I'll talk to you next week. We'll be right on the verge of, man, opening this thing up August 31st, Liberty Bowl. It's going to be fun.
Man, we're going to be freaking out next Thursday. I promise you that. Isaac, thanks for your time, man. Make sure if you're a Tiger fan, you give him a follow. And the last thing but not least, make sure if you're a person out there that needs a little help, 901-406-1101. You got that number in your phone. Why? Bill at I Buy Houses. First and foremost, guaranteed to close in what? 5 days. Dead serious. Guaranteed to close in 5 days. So if you need to sell your house, all you need is 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. You call my buddy Bill at I Buy Houses. Bing, bang, boom. Just sold your house just like that. Whatever you're doing, don't touch that dial. Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7 FM.
Start your day with the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hertz right here on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7.
Are you one of those people who thinks it's okay to drive stoned? I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You end up driving below the speed limit? It's no big deal, right? Wrong. The truth is, your reaction times slow way down when you're high. You not only put yourself in danger, but everyone around you. Talk about a buzzkill. Stop kidding yourself. It's not okay to drive high. If you've been using marijuana in any form, do not get behind the wheel. If you feel different, you drive different. Drive high, get a DUI. Paid for by NHTSA.
Hi, folks. Rob Walker, Infiniti of Memphis, and we've got a new Infiniti crossover vehicle that has raised the standard of comparison to a new level. Imagine having both sports car performance and eco-friendly efficiency on demand, working together to empower every driving experience. The result of 20 years of engineering, QX50's award-winning variable compression turbo engine is the world's only engine of its kind. Like two engines in one, it delivers a combination of power and efficiency that is truly in a category all its own, and only Infiniti has it. You'll never sacrifice performance for the sake of efficiency again. And the new QX50 offers more horsepower than its Audi, Lexus, and Mercedes competitors. Add to that QX50's award-winning sumptuous interior, and you have the best combination of performance and comfort in the mid-size crossover segment.
Infiniti of Memphis, and online at infinityofmemphis.com.
This is Shaq for Icy Hot, and I got a few words about pain. See, pain thinks it can overpower you, overwhelm you, but it obviously doesn't know you. You're not backing down from pain, because Icy Hot's got your back. Icy the dull pain and hot to relax it away. So you can get back to running, throwing, kicking, swimming, cycling, CrossFit, you name it. Because pain does not get the final word. You do. Icy Hot. Rise from pain.
Use as directed.
You know, summer's going to be over before you know it.
Thank God.
Come on, before you know it, the kids will be focused on school.
You don't know my kids.
Not from lack of trying. And you'll think I should have taken more time to take the family to
Central Barbecue.
Exactly. Or you'll think I should have gotten Central Barbecue takeout more often and spent the evening playing board games with the kids.
Wow, you really don't have kids.
Plus, even though Central Barbecue is perfect food for the fall, there's something about Central Barbecue that's really special during the summer. And there's a location on summer.
Honest, I have plenty of Central Barbecue.
You can never have too much Central Barbecue.
It's just hard to make sure I won't run into you.
Yeah, well, what's that?
Now, back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
Kick it over here. Kick it.
On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. Here's your host, John Harden.
Gold and shackles, ball and chain. Listen to the whistle of the evening train. You know you about to wind up dead. You don't head back to Tennessee jet. Rich man step on my poor head.
What's up, what's up, what's up? Welcome back into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. I am your sports mixologist. We got a couple things we got to get to, like, well, it's football time, and most times when you think about guys in football, they're like Baker Mayfield. Or have you ever seen Tom Brady on the sideline? That dude gets a little feisty, you know what I'm saying?
Usually people know how to trash talk.
Yeah, man. Like, basically what I'm trying to say is you'll be surprised. Usually sports people know how to drop a little something that makes you feel a little dirty. Do y'all want to see a dirty Derek Carr? Y'all want to see the dirty from the Raiders quarterback? Gabe, drop it.
Glennon. Let's go. Take that, Arizona. Take that, Cardinals.
Dude, you can't. By the way, please go to Gabe's Twitter. Please. It's at G_Coon71. It is hilarious. He tweeted it out. I might have retweeted it too at Johnny_radio. But once you watch it, you'll be like, what is wrong with this human being?
You can't unsee it. I mean, and I get maybe he has like kids and he's a godly man and everything like that. So I give that to him, but even without cussing, you can trash talk better than that.
You
I'm
can
sorry.
get fired up. He literally looked like he just like missed a putt, actually. Like, yeah.
One more time.
Dude, one more. Give it to me.
Glennon. Let's go. Take that, Arizona. Take that, Cardinals.
Take that, Cardinals.
Take that, Cardinals.
Take that, Arizona. He just threw a touchdown pass, yo. Like, he was fired up. Yeah. And then he wasn't fired up. It was like the most fake thing I've ever seen. By the way, just so you know, he will not be a very good actor if he ever gets, like, you know how his brother's good on television? He can act like he's interested in certain things. Like, he can influx his voice and make himself seem like certain things are going on. Derek, there's nothing that seems real about him. Like, he threw a touchdown pass. He really did. And then if you didn't see the touchdown pass and you just saw that interaction, you'd be like, he really threw an interception, didn't he? Like, what'd he do, really?
Take that, Cardinals.
Take that. They dropped an interception, maybe. I don't know. He is so weird. I don't even know what to think. But one thing I do have to say, though, is weird as Derek is and the Raiders are, how is he going to deal with OBJ? Like, a person with his personality. I'm sorry.
Antonio Brown.
I'm sorry. I've been talking about so much Cleveland. Baker Mayfield and OBJ and Jarvis Landry, they okay. Sorry, Cleveland. Didn't even mean to get you dog pound people a little bit freaked out. I'm wondering, how is Antonio Brown, who has lost his mind over his helmet, who couldn't handle Ben Roethlisberger, a 2-time Super Bowl winning quarterback, and a guy who threw him the rock like all the damn time. I'm just wondering, how's a guy like Derek Carr going to deal with him? Like, that's going to be weird. Like, when Antonio comes over there and starts screaming and cursing him, is he going to say, like, drop a Bible quote on him or something? Like, what's
If he was
do?
a cereal man, he'd be Raisin Bran. All right, that's all I'm saying. The most bland cereal possible.
Dude, Wheaties, yo.
Oh, Wheaties are. But, I mean, Wheaties are sort of like, they're recognized as like, you know.
You know what,
strong,
though? I don't know. I've never really, like, I think I tried them once and thought I was on
Oh,
drugs.
they're gross.
They
like,
really
they're
are.
not good, but like Wheaties is like what you get your face on a box of Wheaties when you do good.
Like, you do
sports
something
stuff.
great.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a Bruce Jenner before you become Caitlyn.
Yeah.
By the way, do you think Caitlyn will ever get on Wheaties? How awesome would that be? Like, what do you think she could get on Wheaties for? That'd be hilarious. I wonder if any Kardashian will ever be on Wheaties. I doubt it. I don't think they're ever going to win anything except for at life and making money. Now, I got to take a break and let the real people come on here, and that's Dave and Brett Norsworthy. They're going to come on here and talk about everything. You know, with August 31st, we got the Real Deal Holyfield. That's right, Ole Miss in Memphis. They're going to get it going at 11 o'clock Central Time right here at Liberty Bowl. That game will be carried on ABC. I'm very, very fired up. Last but not least, Week 1, I know, is this weekend. I know we got Miami.
Week 0.
Week 0.
We talked about this.
I know.
Week 0.
You're right. We did talk about this. Week 0 is this week. But I wanted to ask you, like, Miami and Florida, I don't feel like I'm going to learn a lot about Florida.
No, because I
have a feeling they're going to smoke Miami.
I have no idea where Miami is, probably more than anything.
Diaz is going to be like, what did I step into?
Yeah, and I just don't know the quarterback. He's a freshman. Last year, they weren't overly great, and they had a quarterback that everyone thought was awesome in Malik Rozier. So, look, that team could be nice, but who knows?
I'm going to
no way of knowing at this point.
I'm just thinking that the Camping World kickoff is going to be a kicking of Miami's keister. Like, you're not going to hear a lot of Michael Irvin and a lot of the guys holding up their U the very next day. Like, Ray Lewis ain't going to be, like, doing a U thing. People from Florida, like, you might hear something from Danny Warfel that'll kind of sound like Derek Carr and be kind of dorky. Go Gators. But that's going to be about it. I think the Gators are going to beat them. But
Take that, Hurricanes.
Take that. But I'm thinking, like, Ole Miss and Memphis, we're going to learn a lot. Both fan bases are going to learn a whole lot about their teams in week 1. I think also South Carolina and North Carolina, they're going to learn a lot about their programs. I'm telling y'all. And then Georgia and Vanderbilt, this is a 21-point favorite Georgia team. People are underestimating this game. I think the fact that it's the very first game, they know each other, Vanderbilt has nothing to lose, and this thing is in Nashville. Just remember, when you got nothing to lose and you've been looking at that one team all season long, who knows? Justin Verlander lost last night, y'all. What did y'all tell y'all? Plus 430. Whatever you do, don't touch that dial. My good man, Dave Woloschin's coming up next with a little sports time. For Gabe, I'm John. Get out there and make the world a better place. I'll see y'all on the flip side. Peace!
No matter what your past credit, no matter how much you owe on your trade, no matter if you tried to buy at another deal and were turned down, Sunrise Buick GMC can get you financed. There's never been a better